When you were being represented as a communist, a scoundrel, a bogeyman, the scourge of the port, that didn't bother you?
No.
How did you hold on to what you knew yourself to be?
I had a bunch of guys down below that I represented, and if I made a mistake, and I made plenty and led with my chin, they'd throw me back into the ring, and I said, "Get it back in there, you stupid fool, and duck next time." I had something going for me that way. A lot of other people didn't. I always had a rank and file down below. I knew I could always fall back into their arms. I made a mistake and explained it that way. They understood. So that's where I was better off than other people. Look, there's different kinds of hatred. I'd say in the labor struggles or political struggles, left-wing radicals. After all, with all the cases the government had against me, all the evidence they introduced was 95% true. It was always what they said was true. I was guilty as all hell. It was the 5%, that little 5% that they got hung up on. And that is, was I ever a member of the Communist Party? When that got dumped by the High Court, then they changed the law, passed a special law, and changed the meaning of the law to affiliated with, see? So when the membership went down the drain, then I had to come along with this business of affiliation. But the truth of the matter is that all the evidence introduced against me in those trials by the government was 95% true. The technical point of being a member wasn't there. So this is where a lot of this stuff come from.
What do you mean it was true? Were you sympathetic to communist causes?
Certainly, still am.
Were you a member?
No, that's the point. That's the technical point.
What do you mean you still are sympathetic?
Well, give me what's the communist cause?
What about the Soviet Union?
I'm a champion of the Soviet Union, always have been. That revolution occurred the year I went to work, so two big things happened in '17. I went to work, and we had the Russian Revolution.
How can a man who has fought as hard as you have and as effectively as you have for the rights of the common man say, I'm for the government or the nation that was known for its brutality and its tyranny?
Where? Over in the Soviet Union?
Yes.
I went over there to find that out. I found out to the contrary. Came back, made my report at the Commonwealth Club in San Francisco, got subpoenaed before the Un-American Committee, spent 4 hours before the Un-American Committee. Mr. Waller was in command then, told my story, the way I saw it. When I come back, I checked it out daily with the United States Embassy in Moscow. They didn't contradict me.
But if you went today, you wouldn't be able to see Solzhenitsyn?
Why should I waste my time on people like that? I agree with the people of the right having the right to dissent, so forth. Why is everybody here? Why are they suddenly interested in a couple of people over there like that? They just want, those people know what they're doing. They just want to take the skills and the training of those people and their ability and use them against the welfare of that country. I'm not being fooled by that kind of junk.
95% of what the government introduced as evidence when it was trying to deport you was right.
Yeah.
Were they right to try to deport you?
No. No. Finally, the court said that. When I say 95%, they... Isn't it true that you went down to your workers and say, tie up those ships and don't ship that scrap pine to Japan? That was a crime as part of the charges. Is it true that you served on a national committee with a known communist, Louis Weinstock, advocating unemployment insurance in this country? Yeah. And old age pensions, yeah. Is it true that you advocated industrial unionism and rank and file control? Is it true that you advocate a Labour Party dedicated to the ownership and control of the means of production? I says, you're damn right, just like the post office. So all these things, guilty, 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 guilty.
Did you ever advocate the overthrow of the government?
No. But that's not the whole question. The question was always posed by force and violence. People and the citizens of the United States have a right. It's in the Constitution. It's implicit in the Constitution, more or less in the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence, that when the government doesn't serve the people, they have a right to dump it, get rid of it, and get another government. But the thing that the zinger that was added, always was added in my case, that was the charge by force and violence. Not guilty.